Thanks for locking in with 77 Flavors of Chicago. We're your host, Dario.
And I'm Sarah, and I hope you're ready to learn with us.
Yo, we're talking about the Driehaus Museum.
One of our favorites.
Yeah, buddy. And yeah, that's what we get into. That's what we get into. Yeah, I'm good. How y'all doing?
Getting onto was fancy over there. You almost said getting onto.
Oh, I don't even know.
No.
You heard it. I didn't.
No.
Anyway, how y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I hope you are. We live in a life. This is pre-recorded, but as it is recording, we are.
I'm sure I'm having the best time in
Greece. Yeah. Well, we on a plane back home.
Are we?
Right now.
Damn.
Yeah. We hey, if you want to know what we're doing, that's what we're doing.
No, we're not leaving till Monday night.
I mean, depending on when you listen to it this day.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess this is up for debate. But I'm sure Greece is going well. But enough about us. We don't really have no real update since this is pre-recorded. Yeah, pre-recording. Yeah, your mic is just that. Boy, that we keep on talking about. We need to get.
Yeah. I feel like we need to talk to our producer and get new.
You one of them, so don't talk to me.
I don't know where to buy a cord from.
You know how to Google though.
So if I Googled and bought an XLR, you'd be fine. I
mean, here's what I would do. This is what I would do. I would look at the writing on this cord and be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and replace that one. Let's look that one up. I got your ass.
I feel like you're the tech. You're the tech.
Get my cord.
For what? Point for what?
I was right on that one. That's a good point.
You're the tech purchaser. Why would I buy?
True. That's very true. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. This is so this one. What we doing? We decided. We were like, should we just kind of talk over this and kind of give you a preamble and like narrate this, or should we just
get into it?
Let you have the tour.
Yeah.
We'll say. So if you've never heard of the Driehaus Museum, the Driehaus Museum was a very, very elaborate home built in 1883. Like a mansion.
Yeah, crazy.
1883. Mm-hmm. Crazy part is it survived the fire.
1883?
Yeah.
What fire?
The Chicago fire?
Of 1871?
Yeah.
When it was built 12 years later.
Right, yeah, what am I talking about? For some reason, he had an idea around that time of the fire is what I meant to say. Yeah, but then this came.
The reason the house looks the way it looks is because of the fire.
Yeah, there we go. Because of the fire. Yeah. So
they implemented a lot of things in the design of the home that kind of like was due to the trauma of living through a fire.
It was very fireproofed.
Yes. It was almost entirely stone.
Yeah.
It is almost entirely stone. It's a beautiful mansion.
Yeah.
What is it like? The home has just marble, like
17 different kinds of marbles,
not including other stone.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, not even considering the wood that it does have inside of there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just cheap wood. So it was built 1883, and it kind of went under restoration. Yep. Right. Twice. Restoration. First time it was restored way back, like right around 1919, I want to say. It was restored by people that
lived there.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, multiple families lived in the house.
Right. And so, it was restored once, and then the second time it was restored from 2003 to 2008 by Richard Driehaus.
Right.
And Richard Driehaus was a Scottish man, I want to say, and he was very smart financially. He was one of the youngest brokers in his firm at the time. Basically a philanthropist.
Yeah.
Is when he bought this, was like, hey, look, we should restore this.
Didn't he like come to visit and his friend was like, you should buy this and turn it into a museum?
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, hey, do something with this. And he did. And so that's how it was saved twice. We were actually at the second landmarking of the Driehaus Museum, which is really cool because they opened up a new wing, the Nickerson Auditorium.
Right.
And who is named after one of the owners of the building. And so now it made a whole little new museum, new entrance and everything.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Do you know Richard Driehaus passed away pretty recently? It was 2021.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. He restored it in 2023.
Yeah. He was 78.
2003, I'm sorry.
2003.
So that's to kind of give you a preamble. You're going to learn more about this house with this listening tour.
Yeah, it was a great time. We absolutely loved it. I mean, the people of the Driehaus were so generous with
Shout out to
time.
Lisa Keys, man.
Yeah, she walked us through the entire thing.
Yeah.
And
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, just kind of like seeing, because the first time we went, it was just us walking through.
Right. We were there for the re-landmarking.
Yes.
And then they were like, if you want to go in through
check it out.
Like, check out the museum. We did. It was mind-blowing. But we missed like 90% of the things that she mentioned.
It's crazy.
Did not even see them the first time. There's so much to see.
Yeah.
I urge you to go check out the YouTube video, because this is definitely like a very visually enticing episode. So if you just go look at the visuals, and that is still not capturing everything that is the Driehaus.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to play you our literal walkthrough of the tour. It listens well. So if you like it, Lisa is going to be your tour guide. You're going to hear us kind of like oohing and on and going through, tying a lot of things together. If you want to see the video of this, you can actually see this same video with the same audio on our YouTube channel released at the same time. So go ahead and check that out. But we will catch you after about a 34-minute walkthrough. So
have fun.
Have fun.
Hi, I'm Lisa Key, Executive Director here at the Driehaus Museum. I am so happy to walk you through our museum, and I want to welcome you to the Driehaus. This is the main entrance of our gallery space that's called the Nickerson Mansion. This is an 1883 Gilded Age mansion. And
my
as
favorite
you can
time period.
see, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
Corresponds to the TV show, the HBO TV show, The Gilded Age.
I feel like I keep saying that Chicago needs a Gilded Age version of that show.
Well, here's the
so
set.
I was about to say,
Right?
this is it.
For real. HBO, if you're watching.
We are ready for you.
Yes, please.
But the museum is really, what I like to think about is we are an interactive, immersive museum.
Just don't touch things.
Let me say that again. I didn't mean to say interactive. We are, that's what we're.
Don't interact.
Do you guys have chops here? I like to say that the Driehaus Museum is the original immersive experience. You will come into our doors and you will instantly be transported back into time. 1883 Chicago, just after the Chicago fire. Yes. At a moment when the promise of the city being built was ahead, and there was a family who built this beautiful mansion for them to take ownership after their original house burned in the fire.
So their house burned.
Yeah.
We have this interesting connection to Chicago history and Chicago fire.
That is perfect, because
last week's episode was the Chicago fire.
So yeah.
So we've now moved past that time period, those few years after the fire, to 1883 when this building opened.
Okay.
What's really great is first you see this great staircase.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And if you come closer,
this staircase is, y'all.
Also, just the different colors of stone,
and
like
this is marble.
Look at this.
So I mean, if you look at even just this wall, you've probably got like 6 different types of marble in one wall.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
And then you've got this gorgeous staircase, which our visitors illustrating the use of. Hi. But I mean, if you look at just the detail in everything that you see, I mean, it's really indicative of a commitment to craft, a commitment to design, and really, really gorgeous architecture.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you want to perhaps point out some of the fireproof features?
Oh wow.
So
they thought about it. Marble isn't enough?
Marble is part of it then.
Oh, okay.
Marble is part of it, so you have a marble cladding, but then you can kind of see, so every room has these beautiful pocket doors, but if you look right in there, so there's brick masonry in between, so right there.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's a little fireproof.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But if you think about a family that had lived through the Chicago fire,
right, trauma,
and a family of means that wanted to rebuild something, they wanted to build something that would not burn again.
Right.
Hence, walls.
Cheaper than therapy, I would say.
This is cheap. This is why you get the tour, because when we came here, we didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Walking by yourself.
You could come to this museum every day in the week
and discover something new.
See something new.
Yeah.
And even we have visitors who will come here and just do one room at a time.
Oh.
I mean, I guess,
there's so much detail.
So let's go over here, because this is a really great room. And again, looking at the marble that's framing the room.
This is
wow.
This is one of my favorite rooms. This is called the reception room. And I mean, just take a minute to take it all in. Yeah. You have, just from the very top, you have this gorgeous, gorgeous turquoise tile that is original to the building. When the renovation, we did repair some of it, and actually the company is still in business, and so we were able to repair and replace it. But then if you look at the woodwork, I mean, at every level you just see artisanship and craftsmen, and the way that each room is very different. Yeah. And the wood is not, it's different in every space.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, this is beautiful.
But you are also close to two of the core pieces of our art collection. So in addition to being this immersive experience, we also house a collection of art, primarily decorative arts, design, architecture-related pieces. This is a Tiffany lamp. And what I love is you associate the word and the brand Tiffany with jewelry today. But what a lot of people don't know is that Tiffany was actually a phenomenal producer of lamps and home decorative arts. Wow. They even did like desk sets, and they've kind of brought this idea of beauty into the home and every day. Stained glass is something that Tiffany did quite extensively. But these beautiful, beautiful lamps. What I love about this is called the Nautilus lamp, and it's
shells.
It's got the shells.
Yeah, shells.
But also, you know, if you were a person of means and you were working with Tiffany, of course you want this to serve multiple purposes. You don't get your money's worth. Yeah. So this can actually be seen and viewed 3 different ways. So each of those Nautilus shells is a vase. So you could use this to hold flowers. Okay. Then the lamp can kind of pop out, and it can serve as a lamp all on its own. And then the center where that lamp is could also be a vase.
What?
So you could change it up every day depending upon what your mood was.
Oh yeah, you got to be balling. You got to be balling. Yeah. You got to.
Yeah. The other piece of art that I love is this dragonfly lamp, and what I love is 2 parts about it. I mean, first of all, it's just gorgeous, but look at those dragonflies and the eyes and the attention to detail. I mean, they kind of remind me of the cicadas from this summer.
Oh, they're
and then
so
just
cool.
look at this, the top of it. There's just this like little curly
squiggle.
Q. I mean,
so
they really paid attention to absolutely every part of this lamp, and every detail was very important.
Yeah.
Wow. And so, like, these things, were they originally owned by the family?
These are not original to the building, but they are an example of what the house would have had at that time. And speaking of kind of like, this was originally built as a home, and originally, you know, it was a different time and a different era when people would actually, you know, send a calling card and kind of make call. I mean, today in our digital age, we don't spend time with people anymore.
Yeah, we text.
We text,
video.
But in this day and age, people, instead of sending a text, would just pop in, and if they were if they were an unplanned visitor, they would then be escorted here to wait. And like, you know, each room has these pocket doors, so the idea of open concept did not exist. In fact, it was the opposite. Like, contain.
Trap them in.
But not a bad room to wait, and especially like, look at this mosaic above the fireplace.
Wow. So how come that door is so much smaller than the 2 main doors? Do you know?
So we don't really have a great answer for that, other than, you know, this was really, you wouldn't have gone through these doors to go from one room to the next. You would have actually got, you know, again, each room has its own function, and then you would go out to the main hall and then go around. So let's follow that path and go to the dining room.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is nice. What's great? I don't even remember seeing that dragonfly thing the last time. Like, you're right, you can't spend one whole day.
Every time. I mean, I work here and I still see things differently every day. So this is what we would consider a formal dining room. And again, just take a minute to take in. I like to think about all of our spaces from kind of the ceiling down. Because often we don't look at the ceilings and like, look at just this beautiful, intricate molding that the lamp hangs from, the ceiling itself with those wood coffers, and then you can just kind of roll your eyes down to
this beautiful
the table. The dining
I think I asked about this when we came. The house was already wired for electricity, right?
It was wired, but it did not have electricity when they first. But that's kind of why, and you can see at the time, if you think about it, if you didn't have electricity and you were one of the first to have it, you would want to make sure that everybody could see
that you had
so
it.
Today we have, you know, can lights in a ceiling where they're sort of recessed and hidden. But oh no, they wanted you to see those light bulbs because that was a way that people could see.
The status, status.
I love
Yeah.
Not as if this house wasn't enough.
Yeah. The family that built this house, the husband worked downtown at a bank, and the bank had electricity, so they knew it was coming to residences. So I'm sure that they planned ahead.
Yeah.
That's amazing to plan ahead.
You could literally spend like 30 minutes just looking at every single.
I mean, look at every shelf. Look at there's just these beautiful silver pieces, these beautiful Tiffany goblets.
You really don't want to look at the obvious, like the stained glass. You want to look at like the little detail, like.
But even the stained glass is crazy.
It is, but like look at the little faces in like these. I didn't even notice it last time.
In the corners and on every side.
What is the purpose of those like little like tiny shelves in the corners?
To display art and decorative art. So, the idea and the concept at this time was also, people were starting to travel. People were traveling to Europe, and so you would want to bring things back. So shelves for knickknacks.
That's like me.
Yeah.
Are you a fellow knickknack?
Oh,
we're maximalists.
Yes, for sure, 100%.
Full of things.
But you wanted to have, a place to display the things that not only that you love, but the things that you collected in your travels.
And is this menu that's on the table?
Ooh, good eye. The menu, we changed the menu out seasonally to sort of reflect what the family would have been eating at that time. And also, it's a great sort of, like, what do you think angels on horseback would be?
Angels on horseback. I don't
something
even know what
white
you would.
On top of something.
Oh.
Look at
you.
What's an angel?
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's a misnomer.
Yeah.
It's oysters.
Oh. Cute. I love that.
You were so close.
Yes.
You were in the right zone.
Holy cow! Yeah,
that's so cool.
She's a cook.
So let's.
I want to show them the secret door.
There's a secret door.
You think we can?
Oh, we have to see it now. You can't bring it up.
Yeah,
and
no,
not
right
see
now
it.
we gotta see
Hold on.
it.
I'm not quite. Are you gonna get me in
Valerie,
trouble?
don't watch this.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of interesting things about our space.
The secret door.
So I'm standing in a spot where it looks like a wall, right?
What?
Wow.
And now you're seeing like the behind scenes.
What?
So
This is our lighting.
That's amazing.
But
So
originally, this door would have been where people would have brought food through for the dining room, and it would have been
like
for
a server's. Yeah.
So is that why that door matches?
Could be.
They would just come through.
Also for the symmetry of it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we found a secret door.
We didn't find it.
We won't tell nobody. we won't tell nobody. That's amazing.
You also have to put the lincrusta.
So the lincrusta, I may get this wrong, so Julie's going to have to help me. So let's find a good spot. Like right here, you can really see this, what looks like wallpaper, and essentially is, but it's actually a really unique process where it is paper pulp that is built up and then kind of pressed into these beautiful shapes and then hand gilded.
Oh.
So
Wait, what?
What? It was invented by the same person who invented linoleum.
Oh.
lincrusta. So similar.
Wow.
So that's, how long would that take?
Oh,
That took
I
a
can't even
long
imagine.
Forever.
But
And
one of the things about it is that it could look luscious,
Yeah.
like tooled leather
Yeah.
or carved wood, but it is cheaper than either of those. And because this was during the Victorian time of obsession with hygiene and sterility, you could clean this.
Oh.
Just wipe it down.
And that like gold wouldn't come off.
Wooden flake.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's why this house is
amazing.
expensive, because you do that now.
Well, here's my question. Today, who's dusting this?
So we do take care of our mansion every day, and there's a lot of routine care that takes place. And then we close in January for a couple weeks to do
Deep
a
cleaning.
really big deep
Yeah.
cleaning.
Because that glass, I've never seen glass that clean in my life.
Yeah.
That is the cleanest glass.
We have a phenomenal
It's almost no reflection.
collections and exhibitions team
It's
who really
amazing.
do care
Yeah,
for
that's crazy.
I mean, what's interesting about us and many museums, when you go to the museum, it's a white cube gallery
Right.
space, and you see an object on a pedestal, and that comprises your visit.
Yeah.
So for us, everything you see is a part of our collection
Yeah.
and is a part of the visit. So the walls, the Lincrusta wallpaper, everything is part of the gallery experience and is part of our collection. So it's a really different experience. And again, it's really immersive.
Yeah.
It feels like this family went out to dinner.
Literally.
Yeah.
And
we just came in their house,
locked their door, and we've now come in and we get to experience this house just as they left it.
That's nuts. The wall, now I'm like thrown over by the wall. Like we've been to so many different houses and not been told that or seen that.
And
This
that's,
is, probably the best example of Lincrusta.
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Holy.
Surviving example.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I like to think about as far as visitors is we have something for everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone's really like there's such an interest in your home and like we all want like I love wallpaper.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at putting it up.
Yeah, yeah,
but I really
right.
love wallpaper and I love the look of it. So you like there's something for people who are really interested in home design. There's something for people who are really interested in history, that connection to the Chicago fire.
Yep.
There's something for people who just love a beautiful space. And you know, we spend so much time virtual scrolling and doing things that are not the real experience.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is the real experience.
Yeah, this is real as you can get.
And you are immersed into it.
Yeah.
So I just think that, and we're also a small enough museum that you can do this in your lunch hour.
Yeah.
You know, you could come visit us. It's not going to take all day. You know, a lot of times when you go to a really big museum, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
We got a lot here,
Yeah.
and it can be a little overwhelming in one room at a time.
Yeah.
But if you take us as a whole, we're a visit you could do in your lunch hour.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
actually a good
it's
call.
like 6 rooms down here, right? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. And then you go,
And then
2 more floors.
Upstairs, we have a special exhibition space. The original bedrooms we now use for galleries.
Yeah.
And that's where our Frank Lloyd Wright exhibition is going to be that opens October 20th.
Because the
gonna be-
jewelry
that's gonna
one
be
just
crazy.
ran. Oh, that was a
That's
beautiful
gonna
one.
be,
It was gorgeous.
that's going to be
So
nuts.
let's go over and see a little stained glass.
That's going to be.
You guys are on? Yes.
Oh, thank you. Because
Of course.
right back from Greece, and I want to see it.
So we've now
Oh my God.
transported ourselves into the library. And again, I mean, you get these great vistas from the other rooms of the house. But this library, what's really interesting is suddenly you see a different sort of tonality to the wood. This is ebonized
Lighter.
wood. Yeah.
this
Yeah, well, this is darker here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Lot
you know,
darker.
very much feels like a library. It's really this, I think, immersive experience of kind of makes you feel like sitting down, grabbing
Right.
a book,
Yeah.
and just relaxing
So
a little
cozy,
bit.
yeah.
100% cozy.
But
Except,
then,
you know, you come into this.
so this is our Mayer Gallery. And if you look up, you see this absolutely gorgeous stained glass.
Wow.
This is a dome, not original to the house, but built by the second owners. And it really reflects just, I think, kind of combines a lot of the themes that are found within the house. You know, one thing that this house repeats over and over again is a connection to the imagery and designs of nature. So you see lots of motifs that evoke nature. And then up above, you have this gorgeous tree that kind of
Yeah, that's nice.
is over all of us.
That's nice.
Wow.
You also have these gorgeous, gorgeous lamps.
I was just about to say, like
Yeah.
the green, they look like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
And
So-
even like around the fireplace, it's like
we'll
vines.
come over. You've got to really see this up close
oh, look at the
because
lines.
the tile, it's really opalescent and it just glistens so beautifully.
God, that's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like how they made the leaves
Yep.
is
Yep.
So this space was originally used as an art gallery. So in many times in historic photos, you will see art that's hung in what we call salon style.
Yeah.
It's kind of like from floor to ceiling,
Yep. Yep.
as much as you can put up. And the first family, the Nickersons, they really used this as an art gallery. They invited contemporary artists of the
Yeah.
time to come and see other artwork, and they were involved with the Art Institute, so they were really involved in the arts and culture scene.
Yeah.
We also have photos and documentation where they had some cases in here, and those cases were filled with like small jade pieces and different things, again, representing their travels,
Yeah.
you know, that they had been
that's
outside of
inspiration.
the country. And
You said I want jade pieces.
Yeah.
That's I like 3
Look at-
lions.
yeah.
4 or 5, like the
good
lions
eye,
on those.
good
That's
eye.
Yep.
so cool. Did you see the one in the fireplace?
This
No.
one.
Oh.
Right down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. None of these fireplaces were actual, they
Actual
don't have
fireplaces, yeah.
chimneys, so they were coal. So there would be coal buckets placed in there, again, probably due to the fire and trying
The
to
trauma.
Yeah.
get heat as safely as possible.
That lion is
so
actually
cool.
really cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
just look at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and the two on the sides, they're so cool.
Yeah. I noticed the two on the side. I didn't notice this one.
So we have interpreted in our renovation this space more as a library space. And if you come over here, so originally, as I said, the first family used this as an art gallery. And then, as happens with houses, they sold to another family, the Fishers. And he, changed some of the decor, decided to make this, use this as what I like to refer to as the original man den. So this picture, it's a historic photo from around 1900. And you can see this is this room, and there are some bison heads.
The deer.
There's this the stained glass that we see, and there's this lamp. So he really like man-denned it up, and then you can see where these bookshelves and these come in.
So those are the same bookshelves?
They are the same bookshelves. They are not the same books.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And again, giving you a little insight, most of these books are actually prop books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So they look really real.
Yeah, they do look
really real.
But the idea here is that we really wanted to show it as a library space, but also to have an opportunity to also show some beautiful sculpture.
Some artwork, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very David-y.
Yeah, very David-y.
What we found out through research is the glass itself is from this small town in Elwood called Elwood, Indiana, which is close to where I'm from.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
okay.
And there's like a really vibrant glass community there that's been there for centuries, and so I kind of like the connection.
This is
so
home.
cool.
This is a little bit of home.
Nice.
So let's walk through and over to our new building, the Murphy Auditorium, which opened in June.
Yeah.
And
this is gorgeous.
one thing that I would add is, so this building is a historic landmark. So not only in the city of Chicago, but it is a national landmark. And that's due to its significance architecturally and historically.
Right.
But when we purchased the Murphy Auditorium, built in 1926, it was not landmarked. So one of the first things that we did was start that process.
Why wasn't it landmark? Did nobody thought about doing it, or?
I don't know. At the time,
It takes a lot of
guess
work
it
to
does.
get something
And,
landmark, right?
a building has to be a certain age before it can be
Gotcha.
landmarked. So it may not have been old enough.
Really? In
This-
when? 19 what?
Well, this was landmarked in 1979.
Yeah, and that wasn't. I mean, well, the first
that
time.
was built in 1926, so I don't think it met the age yet.
Let's go.
So it's Wednesday night. We're open free from 5 to 7 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So we're coming in at the buzz.
Love that.
Yeah.
So this is the entrance to the Murphy Auditorium. Come on in.
Mm.
So I like to say that this is a new to us building, but not a new building. This was built in 1926, and it was actually built by an organization called the American College of Surgeons. They're the organization responsible for the best practice guidelines around surgery.
Oh, wow.
Which-
in the States?
In the United States.
Wow.
And so they built this facility to house their annual meetings and activities.
wow.
And it was
Were
built.
they based out of Chicago?
They are based out of Chicago.
Chicago is just Chicago is just dope. Just dope.
Wow.
Who knew?
So this facility was built, like I said, in 1926, and the surgeons hosted a lot of their annual gatherings, and you can see these really interesting sort of row of chairs,
Yeah.
thrones, if you will,
Knight's honor.
that were probably representative of like the people who'd been president of the
Yeah.
organization would sit there on the stage. So today, for us, we use the Murphy Auditorium for programs, for talks, for lectures, for films. And then we also offer it as a rental facility for nonprofits and other organizations. And now you enter the museum through the Murphy.
I love
Yeah.
that.
And it allows for visitors to really acclimate themselves, get
Yeah.
to know the museum a little bit. We start tours from here so people can gather for tours.
Yep.
And the green doors outside are so gorgeous.
They are.
Like that's
Also
the perfect
Tiffany.
entrance. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So again,
Wow.
remember Tiffany
Just doing everything.
was doing a lot of more architectural and design elements, including bronze doors.
Yeah.
Love that.
I see the College of Surgeons.
Yeah.
The
American College.
American College at the top of the stained glass.
Now I'm paying attention to it, and
Yeah.
you can see like the little doctor symbols. The little,
Doctor
the
symbols.
staff, the staff with the snakes. I don't know what that is.
And we need to get Haley to tell you the story of that because I'm going to mess it up. That is not the correct staff. So, but Haley can tell us.
Funny.
You know, this was done at the time when they were changing it, I guess. But we'll have Haley, or Haley can tell me, and I can. Put
They
it.
needed something real quick for the template.
Yeah.
Hurry up! This got to be done.
But this stained glass window was really amazing, and it was done by a company called, or a woman. It was actually created by a female, Anne Lee Willett. There was a design competition offered, and Tiffany submitted but did not win this commission.
wow.
And
Tiffany
Anne Lee
didn't win?
Willett was able to do this design. So. What's also an interesting little fact about this is that this is not daylight coming through that. It's actually lighting behind it.
Oh.
But it looks like
There's
daylight.
like there's like a
definitely looks-
building back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably
Oh,
blocks
wow,
it.
that's a good fake.
But I also love this view, and you get to see this other gorgeous window here that is actually daylight and allows
That
for
is
light
beautiful.
to come into. And also get this great view up of the dome.
How tall is this dome?
This goes up 4 stories.
Oh
Jeez,
wow.
that's
Yeah, the dome is 4 stories. And then there are 2 more stories, a 5th and 6th floor above this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do we go all the way to the top? No, not over in that building. Just this building, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are two
Okay.
separate
Two,
buildings.
two separate.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's just a door between them.
This
So
place is massive. This is massive.
So I should have told you in the Nickerson, so the 2 families that I talked about who lived there, then a time came in around 1919 that the last family, they had a daughter who lived there, but she was single, lived alone, and too big of a house.
Oh,
And
darn.
there were no buyers.
Yeah.
Like, neighborhoods change.
Yeah.
Right.
And that neighborhood was no longer where people wanted to have these huge spaces. So it was almost going to be destroyed.
Can you
And
imagine?
I know. So there's a group of 100 Chicagoans who banded together. We think it's the first time that Chicagoans banded together to save architecture. And they bought it and needed an organization or someone to give it to. And that's where the American College of Surgeons comes in.
What year was that?
1919.
So that's close to the South Shore time where the neighborhood band came together. Yeah.
And wasn't it also the Glessner House that the
But that was later.
Architectural Center formed?
I feel like that was later.
That was
That's
later.
when
But
Architect Center.
all of these people
Yeah.
were doing all these, like, I love
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
1 year, in one 10-year period of time,
Yeah.
they were all connected.
Everybody
Literally.
was doing the same thing.
Or
Yeah.
talking about it and getting excited about it. So
Yeah.
I just think that there was definitely this interest in saving what had come before.
Yep. As things change, they stay the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. People had the same mentality, just not the means to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. This is also probably the most over the top, like just regular room.
Just a room for meetings.
I mean, you
It's a
have
conference
to
room.
you have to call it an auditorium.
Yeah,
and I
you
know they
Yeah,
built. Yeah, you have
which
to.
is kind of an outdated term in one way,
Yeah.
but yet it feels fitting.
Yes. It feels like the Chicago Athletic Club.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yes, it does.
It feels like
I wonder
that.
what year that's from, because that would be
I
kind
can't
of
remember,
similar.
but yeah.
Because I mean, like this, obviously
Yeah.
redone, but
Yeah.
like just the look and the feel of like.
How long did it take to restore the
So
auditorium?
this was actually, a majority of the restoration had already taken place
Oh,
under
okay.
the ownership of this American College of
Oh,
Surgeons.
wow.
But we filled in this floor.
Yeah.
So the
It's a
floor
beautiful
was
floor.
sunken intentionally down about 3 feet from where we are standing, and you can kind of see an outline.
Yeah.
But we really wanted this floor to be one continuous floor so that we could have talks and lectures and
Hold multiple
events,
people
and it
and
could
not have to
operate more easily.
Right.
Yeah.
There was also a railing that kind of went around it, so it really
Yeah.
obstructed and like,
Yeah.
cut it off a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this
So
is gorgeous.
It works really well. I mean, the
This
space.
is-
it's very functional, multifunctional space.
Right,
We
right.
could do something in it during the day and then turn it around and have a talk that night or a film or something else.
I love the color in here too.
Yeah.
Like the slight mint,
Yeah.
like mint color with, but it looks gray sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
and then the gold.
and the gold,
Lots of gold.
the gold. And that's like a given here,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. This would be where they had larger gatherings. They welcome people, and we have these great photos of musicians and people being here. The other interesting thing that we understand is that they would kind of set up a stage over the stairs.
What?
And then the band would be up here.
No way.
You
I
couldn't
would
pay
not
me
be
enough
that
money. Yeah.
musician.
Not a chance in hell.
No.
Not a chance. Because that's like three. Well, the stairs, like you'll get caught by this level of stairs,
But it's also all marble.
this all might be good point. Touche.
It's a little bit of a hard material.
Crazy.
And in here
That's
is
absolutely nuts.
So this is where, is this where like the bedrooms were
So
then?
this is an example of one of the historic bedrooms. Again, there's a lot to take in this room. But first of all, I would guide you toward the wallpaper.
The linoleum.
No, this is actually material. This is a silk material. And what I love about this is if you look at it from the side, it looks a little different than if you look at it straight on. Like the lighting really changes.
Iridescent almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't even know you were going to say that, but I'm like getting the shot and look, it's
Yeah.
different.
And especially
They love
probably on the
lions,
camera.
I feel like, huh?
But
I
if
love
you,
lions.
I think you see the lions really
Yeah.
prominent here, but if you look up, you see more of the trees. It's almost like
Right.
an optical illusion.
Yeah.
And then in this room, we've installed some of our collection of Tiffany lamps
You gotta see
and
that.
also other Tiffany vases. So this is a really good illustration of just the breadth and range of Tiffany Studios and their work.
I feel like there needs to be something done on Tiffany.
Well,
I
In
mean,
Chicago.
we may be the
sure,
place
yeah.
to do that
Yeah,
too.
because
Yeah. This
You-
is
'cause
a
you guys have
poinsettia lamp.
You guys have a huge collection of Tiffany
Yeah,
art, right?
yeah.
that poinsettia lamp is actually crazy.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
What is that? That's like a
Like a
tulip.
peacock?
Yeah,
Peacock.
peacock.
Yeah.
Peacock.
Peacock lamp. I mean, the names are
Gorgeous.
pretty self-explanatory. But what I love about this is, again, look at the top, and then this beautiful blue.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
Holy God! Look, it looks so different.
Yeah.
Up. Like look
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
look at the colors.
yeah,
Peacock.
yeah.
All kinds of great treasures, you know.
You're like, in my humble opinion,
Yeah, well, I mean,
everything here.
You know, you have all this vintage jewelry.
It's so cool.
We also do we have a lot of costume jewelry.
Yeah.
You know, the Gilded Age was all about adornment, so we do a lot with jewelry. There's a lot of great little Driehaus Museum items on the end table. So we have 2 different brass ornaments that are the house. We have a hand-painted ornament that's sort of right behind you.
Oh yeah.
So it just depends on if you want a souvenir that's about the house or
Yeah.
the museum, or you just want something that's
Do
museum-like.
you source the vintage stuff too?
Yeah, I mean, well, I have a person that I buy from.
Right,
but
right.
Yeah, and so everything that's in here, it's all one of a kinds, and then we know if she knows the date. You know, I have the date written down, or if
that's
it's
so
signed. But some of
cool.
it we might just know, like you know, I know that this purse. Someone asked about it recently. It's it's a beaded purse. We don't know a date. I would say it's probably the 1920s.
Okay.
But sometimes there's a date because it's inscribed,
Yeah.
or she knows,
Yeah.
or it's signed.
Do you know off the top of your head like what could be the oldest thing in this case?
Like right now, probably. I mean, this necklace right there is like either late 1800s or early 1900s. But even these, like these watch chains, like this is
Yeah.
1920s Art Deco.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
So a
gorgeous.
lot of the watch, because they all had the pocket watches, right?
Yeah.
So these sort of things were watch chains,
Yeah.
and now they're necklaces, and that's like late 1800s, early 1920s.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Even the women too, and what's
yeah.
cool about them, I don't know if there's one here. So they'll have weird little charms because they were sort of personalized. Like we had one, it had a cigar cutter
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
and a thing to smash,
Yeah.
the tobacco in your
Yeah.
pipe.
So Chicago History Museum is opening up their exhibit
The
with
costume.
costumes, old clothing. And
Oh yeah.
do you know that if any of the old costuming is from the Driehaus?
I don't know. At least
you guys-
I know they were here for something, and we do partner with them on certain things. but Lisa would probably know more about that.
That'd be interesting to tie it back to and see.
What do you feel like is your favorite thing in the
here? I don't know. Well, we saw a lot of the little bathtubs that were in the
Oh,
other room.
those are so cute.
People love that.
They're like the soap holding bathtubs. They're
and
so
the cocktail
cute.
soaps, and like we have these little individual cocktail mixes because we do a lot of drinking paraphernalia. Because what this is like staff-wise. This is like we had 2 of these. This is the last one. It's a poison ring.
Wait, what is that?
It has a little.
There's a little vial of poison in there.
Well, it has a little way to open it.
Yzma.
Right, and so so if you wanted to poison your tea, but actually they probably had opium in it.
What?
Oh.
But we had a silver one that sold right away. But yeah.
That's so
everyone
beautiful.
loves it. It's like
Wait,
Sleeping
can I
Yeah.
hold it? Let's see.
I mean, they probably,
You can't get
They
that.
did a lot of opium.
Why can't I get that?
You're not poisoning me.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I don't
So that's what like we tell
Yeah.
people,
That's
so you
so
never know.
beautiful.
Checking all rings.
Check
And
all
actually,
your
like
rings.
the snake stuff is. I mean, I bought this snake necklace from her because she's like snake stuff is coming back.
Oh wow.
We
Yeah.
have another one in the back too.
I love that.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. All righty. Hope you had
Did you
fun
have
there.
fun?
Yeah, hope you had fun.
Did you have the best time?
Yeah, right. What did y'all listen to it?
Did you
the whole
listen?
way? The whole way.
But yeah, I hope you loved that. And if you did, please let us know that you enjoyed it. We don't do those tour episodes very often, but this was a very special one.
We
so
were trying
had
to count.
share.
We were trying to count how many tours
Yeah,
we
how
actually did. We've done like probably a handful at this
We
point.
we have.
a legit
I feel
handful.
like a legit handful.
Yeah.
I want to do more because I really love them, and I feel like I want to encourage people to go and support them because those museums are very important to kind of like reflect on how people lived their life at the time.
Exactly.
I think it's really cool to see. But yeah, if you did enjoy this episode, please go ahead and share it with someone that you love. It is the best way to support us. And if you did not enjoy this episode, that's fine. Come back next week. We'll be talking about Greece probably.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, thank you, Driehaus Museum, for allowing us. Good partners.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be back there for something.
For sure.
For something. We'll be back. So
We'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope you loved it.
And if you could, please follow us on social media at 77 Flavors Shy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
If you have any ideas or deep dives that you'd love us to do, please contact us at media@77flavorsshy. That's the number 77 flavors and shy for Chicago.com.
If you like visuals, please subscribe and follow and watch us on our YouTube channel at the same thing, 77 Flavors Shy. Or search 77 Flavors of Chicago.
If you would like to support us monetarily, go ahead and click that Buzzsprout link in the description of this episode.
And as always, we gonna see you next week. Peace.